Hey gang, it's David Kruger back with some more secrets from the inside. This time I'm going to tell you exactly what the one thing is that holds you back from being able to create what you want. Maybe you know someone who has a Midas touch, someone who's lucky, someone who everything that they seem to get near makes money. Luck always goes their way. You ever know anyone like that? Maybe you're not like that. Maybe everything you touch turns to complete shit. The business opportunity you get into doesn't work out. The investment that you throw your money into tanks. The relationship that you had such high hopes for ends in a complete dismal shit show of drama and God knows what all. Why do these things happen? Why do we not get the things we want? And why do some people get the things they want seemingly without a lot of effort? This is a secret that I learned in my time with Mr. Trudeau. This is a secret that the most successful people in the world know. I don't mean the hustle culture influencers that you see on YouTube, captains of industry, old money. These people know things that the rest of us do not know. They really, truly do. It is a different class. I have been exposed to some of these things, and I'm going to share them with you on this channel. I can't educate you here, and I can't completely change your life. I can just give you breadcrumbs and show you where you can go if you really want to do it. So what is it? What is the thing? It's your self-image. It's the image you carry of yourself. That will determine more than any other thing your fortunes or your disasters in this life. What you believe you deserve. Let's say, for instance, you want a Rolls Royce. You really want to have a Rolls Royce Ghost or a Phantom. That's the car for you. But you have a certain image in your mind of the type of person that has a Rolls Royce Phantom. That's a rich person's car. And you might have in your mind that rich people are a certain way. Maybe rich people are mean. Maybe rich people are really smart. Maybe they're really cunning. Maybe they're just really good at hustling. And then you have your image of yourself. Maybe you're not real motivated. Maybe you break agreements with yourself. You say you're going to do something and you don't do it. And so your image of the type of person that would have a Rolls Royce and your image of yourself are a mismatch. But you want that Rolls Royce. You'll never get the Rolls Royce like that. The self-image that you have has to match your desires. You have to believe at the subconscious level that you deserve it. And by deserve it, I mean are in alignment with it. Thinking about it, there's a process to this, to changing your self-image. If you've been watching any of my videos, you may have heard me mention this super awesome secret thing we have called the Science of Personal Mastery course. This is training from an organization, a real secret society, known by its members only as the Brotherhood, a more esoteric group that teaches its members to move energy around and do other things. These, by the way, are some of the top people in the world in some of the other less secret societies, the things you've heard of. Skull and Bones, the Bilderberg Group, a lot of these people at these higher levels are involved in this and know how to move energy. And they have real good self-images, which is why they have more money than anyone else and don't seem to work that hard for it. In the Science of Personal Mastery course, one of the first things you learn is how to correct your self-image through a series of exercises. And this may seem a little strange to you, is activating and illuminating words. What does that mean? It basically means reading the damn dictionary. We actually have our own little dictionary, selected words, very positive words that you would use in the self-image process. It is the definition of the words, multiple definition of the words, the etymology of the words. Where does it really come from? Is it ancient Aramaic, Middle French? Where does the word actually come from, and what was the original root meaning of the word? And then we look at its use in sentences. And sometimes by looking at the original meaning of a word, or even the standard definition of a word, you realize what a word really means. And maybe you've been using it wrong. And once you understand, by the way, once you read this definition of a word, you use it in a sentence, the light bulb goes off in your head, and now you have activated and illuminated that word. Now you can create. With my words I create. Abracadabra, by the way, that's, I think, Arabic, and that's what that actually means. With my words I create. But you have to understand. You have to have words illuminated before you can speak them, read them, think them, and create with them. That's the first secret. Then there's the self-image. And there is no magic, by the way. I make this sound like a little bit magical. This is like going to the gym and doing the reps. You then do a series of exercises to recreate your self-image. There are 3 main lists that we create. First of all, I'm going to read to you a little bit more explanation from a secret internal document. I can't make this document available. It's going to give you a little bit of an idea about how self-image works and how your self-image, this old man eyes. So from this document, the secret science of the ages is the science of images. Images are mental pictures created by the mind. They are not true reality. They are created images that you accepted to be true. Attached to these pictures is the power, frequency, and vibration of words that are used to describe the images. Definitions and meanings, and original definitions or meanings of the original word that the English word comes from. Also attached is the vibration and frequency of each letter used, and the voice tone when saying the word. Also attached to these pictures and or images are all of the other sensory components, including smell, temperature, sound, color, textures, tactile feel, and emotional feelings. The sense of time and place are also a part of and attached to the image. The image creators have programmed you with many false images. Many of these false images do not even exist in real life. They have been purposely created with the specific purpose being control. If the images do exist in real life, the meanings that have been connected to these images are many times false, perverted, or have been manipulated, changed, or altered in some way. For example, you already have programmed in your mind an image, a picture of a wealthy or rich person. Think about that image or picture. Now find the image that is the most predominant or strongest. Think about what traits and characteristics go along with the image of that person. Everyone reading this will have a different image, picture, and a different set of traits or characteristics for their image of a wealthy or rich person. There may be a few common denominators, but the mix will be uniquely different for each person. That means the collective vibration of the image will be different for each person reading this. Which set of traits or whose set do you think is correct and accurate? There is no correct set. Each of you have decided based on programming, so it probably was not very conscious or deliberate, what your image is and what your set of traits and characteristics are that you attach to your image of a wealthy or rich person. You decided because you believe it to be true based on programming from the image makers. Do you think every wealthy or rich person has the same characteristics and has the same exact image? Do you think or know that at least some wealthy or rich people are greedy, mean, super intelligent, well-educated from Ivy League schools? Or maybe they're arrogant or deceitful. Do you think or know that at least some wealthy or rich people are generous, nice, and kind, have average intelligence, have no college education, humble and honest? Think about the fact that 2 wealthy or rich people could have exact opposite traits and characteristics, and their images could be completely different. Think about the image of someone who is completely happy and content with his or her life, with the deepest inner peace, harmony, and bliss, and is one with the universe. Think about what traits and characteristics go along with the image of that person. The frequencies are not congruent. You have a vibrational mismatch. Both of those images and their accompanying vibrations or frequencies must also match the vibration or frequency of your thoughts wanting and desiring a Mercedes. What you need to do is change your self-image so that it matches your idea of what you want. That's the key. And what these exercises do is enable you to create yourself in whatever image you want. So I'm going to give you a little taste of how this exercise works. Creating your image, your self-image with words. We begin by creating lists in 8 different areas of life. We start with a headline. We read the headline on the paper. We think, feel, and look within for a positive word that resonates. We write down the word on the page and we repeat the process. So you write each headline on a separate paper. So these are 8 headlines. The first one is general characteristics. And you write across the top of the page, this is the image I am creating of myself. In this new image of myself in relation to general characteristics and traits, basic attitudes, and the way I think, act, and behave, I am the kind or type of person that is generous. I am the kind or type of person that is magnetic. I am the kind or type of person that is attractive. I am the kind or type of person that is always lucky. There are other categories we use: physical body and health, money and wealth, work and career, relationships, spirituality, mental and intellectual abilities, and social life. And you can even create more if you want. It took me just going through the lessons involving self-image about 1.5 years to go through them and follow all of the instructions. And my life radically changed. My relationships changed. My financial status changed. Found an incredible woman. And the lucky breaks and the blessings coming into my life are not stopping. It's accelerating. You're never going to hear about this from the hustle culture gurus on YouTube. I'm not naming anybody, but they're all out there telling you it's tough, just go out there and take 1,000 no's and go at it. That's great. And sometimes that sort of tenacity is certainly necessary. But a lot of these people are people who, maybe unbeknownst to themselves, had a good enough self-image to push through and hustle and make things happen in their lives. And that's great. But what they all find, if you ask them, is it doesn't really translate down. Most of the choir they're preaching to isn't recreating their success. It's not a formula. They don't have a formula that works and that can work for anybody. I have been so fortunate to be given a formula, to be given a recipe, that if I apply the recipe, it works. It works every time. It's not necessarily going to get me with Kevin Trudeau because I'm a different person than he is and I want different things. The trick is it's going to get me what I want. It's going to get me the things that will make me happy, that will make my best life happen. That's really what you want. You don't want to be just like anybody else. You don't necessarily want to be Elon Musk or Donald Trump or any of these guys. Maybe you do. Maybe you want to be like, I don't. This is a pathway to making anything you want happen. I'd love for you to get curious and take a look. This course, by the way, is available to members of my private organization that I'm a part of, the Global Information Network, started by Kevin Trudeau. More on this coming soon. But the trick, the secret that nobody else seems to be sharing of success is the power of your self-image. Think about that. Give me a subscribe. It really helps. I really want to spread this message and share a lot of value with the YouTube community. I will see you on the next video.